All right, welcome back, guys. Today we're going to take a look at this brand new song from the band Saxon from their album Carpe Diem. The song is the title track, Carpe Diem. So this is hot off the press. I love Saxon, and all the way back to the early days. Such a great melodic, heavy band. This is a great heavy riff. A lot of their recent output, as the fans of the band will know, has been really pretty heavy and as strong as anything they've ever done. I think they've got heavier over the years. I think they were a little bit more blues based in the earlier days, but they've always had this really cool melodic, European kind of sound, and always loved them. This is a great album. If you haven't heard it yet, make sure and pick it up. It just came out. This is I'm recording this in February of 2022. If you're watching this later, but so the album's fresh on my ears, and it's just really good. So a couple things is that to play along, you're going to need to tune down a half step to E flat. So you're going to tune your whole guitar down a half step. That's my low E string. So you can tune to that if you don't have a reference. And that Saxon typically tunes down a half step for all their stuff. So most of their tunes are going to be in that tuning if you want to play along with other songs that they have. But for this one, we're E flat tuning. And I would point you to the description box. There's a free sweep picking guide. It's called Sweep Picking Bootcamp. It's my free gift to you. You can check that out. I'm not going to do tab for this one. I'm just going to go through kind of some of the highlights of the riffs. They're pretty simple. It's a nice fast track, so they're played pretty quickly, but I'll play them nice and slow for you guys to check out. We'll go through all the parts of the song. I think it's really cool how they put this song together, kind of merging a couple of different key centers. So we'll get into just a little bit of theory here, but we won't linger on that too long. The main thing is the riffs. All right, so this is in the key of F sharp to start out with. Big slide. That's the basic riff for the Carpe Diem section, which is basically the intro riff and the chorus. Now what you've got going on here is you're playing on the F sharp note, 2nd fret, low E string. You want to mute that. And I'm playing that 3 times. And I'm going to the 2nd fret on the D and G. But what I do here is just hold my finger over that. That way I can keep my index finger on that F sharp note and just play the D and G. Be careful not to accidentally hit the A string when you're playing that chord, or the B string. It'll sound terrible. So we don't want that. Just that. Okay, there's so many riffs that kind of use this form. You got Another Thing Coming by Judas Priest comes to mind. Things like that where you're holding down the form here of like a bar chord, but it's really not. You're just holding it so that you can get to the other chords. And these chords are called dyads. They're 2-note chords. And so without the F sharp in there, you get that kind of thing going on. So with the F sharp note, the low bass note, that's the way it should sound. So I'm going 2 on the D and G, 4 on the D and G, back to 2 on the D and G, and then 4 on the A and D. And that's an F sharp chord. If you want to think about these as being chords, you'd have an A chord, a B chord, back to A, and then F sharp. But they sound a lot cooler because you've got the F sharp and the bass kind of overarching all of these, so they all sound like they belong to the same key. Okay, and then we have this cool riff. This is a C5 power chord, 3rd and 5th fret. Slide that back 1 fret to a B power chord, and then pull off to the open A string, and then pull off 2nd fret on the A string B to A again. So that should sound like this. So if you put all that together, you get. Now, timing wise, there's a little pause there in between that. You sustain the chord, you don't totally cut out there. It's going by so fast, you won't have to worry about that. Just be aware of the timing though. Okay, and then we play the riff again. And right here, right after the 4 and 4 on the A and D, we go right to a D5 power chord, which is open D, 2nd fret G, 3rd fret on the B. And then E5 power chord, which is 2nd fret on the D, 4th fret G, 5th fret on the B. Or just, you can leave the B string out of it on the E chord if you want to. You could also play like an E5 there too, but it sounds to me like that kind of a thing. Okay. And so if you put the whole thing together, that's the whole cycle of the riff. Speed that up a little bit. Now going into the verse section, we're going to the key of A basically briefly. And so we've got an A power chord. We've got an F power chord, and that A note's still ringing a little bit. Like that. Okay, so C5 power chord. Then up to a G5 at the 5th fret D, 7th fret G. And then lower your index 1 finger, so it's 4D, 7G. And that's the cycle of chords in the verse. Back to the verse. That's kind of how it goes. You play the verse twice, the cycle of chords twice, then to the riff, back to the verse. Now here's a couple of different ways. There's no video of Saxon playing this yet. Obviously this just came out. So I'm using my ears to figure this out. The F chord could be something like this. Or it could be an inversion. Sounds pretty good. It's just an inversion of an F. I think it's probably that or that. getting to, let's say, the pre-chorus. It's a D5 chord. And here we're changing keys again, but not totally, leaving the A minor key. We're actually playing C major now. So it's D, and this would actually be like a D minor, but we're just playing a D5 power chord here. And then F, that's 3rd fret D, 5th fret G, 6th fret B, C5, first time, second time, D, F, up to G. Okay, so all that together would be. Now right here there's a little single note line. So, let's see. Yeah, that's it. So after the C5, you have open E string, 3rd fret on the low E, open A, pull off from 3 to open on the A, and then go back to 3rd fret on the low E. So it should sound like this. Okay, so that's the main riff plus the verse and the pre-chorus. Let me play all three together like they are in the song so you can hear how they flow into the next part. All right, here we go. Back to the verse again. Since we're going through the whole tune, let me throw in a little bonus for you. On the solo section, it goes to the key of E. There's a fast picking thing, kind of in the key of E minor. Something like that, and it follows the chords of E, F sharp, G, and then up to A. And after that, the riff kicks in the key of A. So this would be a good exercise. Instead of me showing you how to do that, try to transfer the whole riff from F sharp into the key of A and you'll have it. And you just saw me do it there, so it shouldn't be too tough. After that, I can't remember. I think it goes back to the pre-chorus. There you go. Super fun. Great song by Saxon. Thumbs up to the guys. Get the new album, Carpe Diem. Make sure and grab the free Sweet Picking Guide down below. Keep rocking, and I'll see you next time.